Okay. Now, one of the other things that I might do is come in and add, now that I have a moment, I might add a couple of folders. So I can add a folder for unconfirmed clues. I'm going to add another folder for operational period 1, mark, or I'm sorry, assignments. And I will add another clue or another folder for OP1 tracks. Okay, I'll be using these later. And obviously I also need to create OP1. Now, we actually have some files that can be imported that will actually create all these things automatically and spell everything right. Well, it won't, put these because it doesn't know where to put the ICP, but it'll create the OP1 assignments, OP unconfirmed clues, OP1 tracks folders. Okay. The other thing that I might do in a case, if it seemed feasible, I would go to the Lost Person Behavior book and find the subject for a hiker. So for a hiker in a dry climate and between mountainous and flat, a dry hiker is likely to go, 95% of them have been found within 8 miles of the last known point or the initial planning point. 50% of them were found within 1.3 miles. So it can be helpful. I'm going to go there and I'm going to create a new range ring. So I'm going to add them at 0.8 miles, at 1.3 miles, which 50% of them were found at, 4.1 miles, which 75% of missing persons were found at, and then finally the 8.1 miles, which is where 95% of missing hikers were found. All right? So this can give us an idea, at least statistically, how far a person might have gone. And I'm now going to go back and label these. So this one, in fact, actually, this is even better. I'm going to show you something we can do with bulk ops. The colors are good, but we could change all of the colors if we wanted to. We could change any of the attributes if we wanted to. The only one we really have is the type and the color. But we could change, by changing one of these, well, I can change, well, I'll do it here. No, I won't. I'm just going to say done. Okay, so I'm going to go back and edit this. And I'm going to give this a label of 25%. Okay. I'm going to come up and modify this one. And I'm going to give it the label 50%. Obviously, I'm having a whole bunch of problems with my shift keys here. I just did it again. There we go. And since I'm at it, I'm going to change this one to 75%. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the 95% at the moment, but this can give people an idea of statistically where people have been found. So the search manager might look at this and say, you know what, we need to go out to Crockett. You know, we need to go that far in our map, in our search, in order to find this person. Okay, so now I've got these on the map. If we were not in a big hurry to get the big maps, maybe I would go ahead and maybe put these on first and then print the big maps. But generally getting the maps out there, they want them as quickly as possible. But this we can add on at a later time, and it gives us just a good idea of where we might want to be searching and how far out we need to go. Okay? Now, the system updates automatically about every 10 seconds. So anything that I've put on the map, I don't have to worry about saving it. It's being saved automatically. Okay? So at this point, as I said, plans or somebody else can start putting assignments on the map and show what they look like. If we're having trail runners go out and hasty search some of these areas, the trails, we have that. As we create assignments, comms, if teams say that yes, they're leaving ICP for starting assignment, comms can come in and then update things. Or if they say they found a clue at a certain spot, comms can come in and now update that clue. So getting the map at least to this point at the beginning is exactly where we want to be. Now, possibly, instead of trails, we may want to look at and just simply say, you know, what would this map look like from a satellite view? And I'm not going to use Google Satellite because I would never be able to print it, but I can use the NAIP imagery. And, you know, and maybe that'll tell us something, because we can see things here that we might not have seen just using the regular map. For example, that there's a barn right here. So maybe, and some sort of a shed beyond it, or a radio tower. So by looking the satellite view, you know, that can give us a different idea of what we might want to be doing in searching. We can see that, you know, the road does some turns. We can see that a lot of the ravines tend to be tree covered, whereas the spurs coming down tend to be not. So maybe it'd be easier to search some of those very quickly. So anyhow, the different views gives us a different way of looking at it and might provoke us to try something different and start searching and create assignments for these various areas. Okay? This is what we do every time when we start a map.